Welcome back to Super Doc Stories. I'm your host, Dr. Marissa Caudill, and today I'm delighted to be talking to my friend, Dr. Jennyfer Uzor, the just founder of Allegra Pediatrics. I don't know why I said co-founder, because I'm used to saying that for me and Mona. Welcome, Jennyfer.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you. Not only as your friend, but as somebody that admire your work in every corner of it, all of it, all the aspects.
So tell us all about Allegra Pediatrics, because you and I met in December 2023 when you were just about to launch, I believe, right?
Yeah, when I actually was in the works, it wasn't even a reality yet.
Right. And now, gosh, time flies. That's crazy. It's almost been.
It does.
So
I know.
That was the first step for you. You're a pediatrician. And what were you doing for your work? Were you employed prior to starting Allegra, or what were you doing?
So this is a very crazy story, but a lot of people might be able to relate because it had to do with the transition from COVID, the world post-COVID, right? So
Yeah.
I was in New York. I was practicing with my family. I was the medical director of a very successful practice in the Bronx. But when COVID hit, me and my husband decided with our 2-year-old at that time that it was time for change. He found his dream job in South Florida. So it was kind of like the natural thing to do. We just left New York and moved to Florida. In that point of time, I was a little burned out. I just left my only job that I had since residency. So it was the only thing I know. I was an employed pediatrician. And I moved to Florida. I did not know what to expect. I was a little bit burned out and disoriented, let's say. So after COVID, I decided that I was going to take a little time off and see what the future would look like. When I came here, I saw like a lot of practices here are not physician owned. They're like corporation, private equity money, things like that. And that's not what I'm used to. Mind you, my only job since the day I graduated residency till I moved to Florida was in my older practice, and I was the medical director from the get go. So when I get here, I say, you know what, I can't do corporate medicine. I may just be a stay-at-home pediatrician, and I started dabbling into real estate investment and other things, but deep inside, I wasn't happy because I might have been burned out from the pandemic and all of it, but pediatrics is what actually makes my eyes pop and what makes me really happy. That's my true calling, and I'm very, very happy. So I decided, you know what? I can't do corporate medicine. I'm going to do something on my own. And at the beginning, it was a very weird decision. I talked to my husband. He's been from the beginning my support and like a cheerleader to me. He's always been like supporting from the very beginning. I really tried to give it a chance in a pediatric practice here, a corporate practice, but I never complained, and I started complaining. So he said, no, you're not going to be unhappy. Just quit your job. Either be a stay-at-home pediatrician or just do your own thing. And that's when Allegra came to be. I chose the name that means joy and happiness in Italian, but I was terrified. First, I went from graduation to a very well-established practice. I did have experience because I was a medical director, but not as starting from the ground in a state and nobody knew me. I have no following, no patients, nothing. It was just, let's see, a leap of faith. And that's when I jumped in and decided to open Allegra Family Pediatrics with zero experience.
And you went all in. Like, I've talked to lots of people starting their own things, and some people kind of dabble and they rent a part-time office, to keep their expenses minimal. That's not you. You go whole hog.
Nope. So, I went crazy.
Are you glad that you did it the way you did it, or would you do it?
Yes and no. I am glad I did it because I built a beautiful practice that till the day it's beautiful. It makes me happy every time I walk in. It's just my dream is just what I wanted. Did I make some financial decisions that were not the most accurate, let's say, at the moment, and that I could have done different? Yes. am I happy that I went all out and built the practice that I don't find anything wrong with it, that I wouldn't change a thing? I'm happy with that. If I if I knew then what I know now, I might have been a little bit more cautious and I'd be more experienced and I did like because I make so many rookie mistakes, so many. But like hindsight is 2020 and right now, like when I look at it back, I know I've done a bunch of stuff different, but I still love the results. So it's kind of give and take.
I asked you that not because I do think there's a right or a wrong, Jennifer. I think you did it the way you needed to do it. And I think different people have different styles. Some people would be so anxious doing it all the perfect way from the beginning because of what it costs that would probably set them up for failure. Other people, can't wait. Or I think at the end, you're going to end up with what you want if you stick with it. Either way, whether you go the kind of safe and slow way or you go all in from the beginning with the vision that you have, you're going to end up.
I went all in.
And I think the other thing you said, which was like you made mistakes. Of course, you're going to make mistakes, right? Like there's no way to start an entrepreneurial venture as a physician or as anyone and not make mistakes. Like you're doing something you've never done before. You won't get everything right from day one. Like, what do you think is the biggest mistake you made? Either biggest mistake in terms of what it to you emotionally or biggest mistake financially?
Like it was all of the above. I was so invested emotionally on this dream that I didn't think about it as a business. And it is a business.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have gotten coaching, now that I am like in a business school, now that I am more like I'm more cognizant of the business aspect of it, it's different. But when I went all in, I went just with emotions. I messed up in signing a lot of contracts and contractors took me for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see numbers. I didn't crunch the numbers correctly. I went all in with emotions with a lot of decisions that I came to regret. But to be honest with you, like seeing it with the level of emotion that I put to it, I would have been a little bit more objective if it was now. I would still give it all the emotion that it deserved because it was my dream, but that I would have changed. I think I regret just forgetting that it was a business and just going full blown emotion and not seeing it as the business that it is. So I think I made that because I went too invested emotionally with it.
I would say though that more commonly what I see is kind of the other side, the analysis paralysis that prevents people from ever taking action. So if I had to choose whether to be a person who has that kind of anxious, paralyzed view of the world and can't get started, or to be someone like you who just takes action and then regrets that you took action maybe too fast, I think I'd rather be you. I think people like you are more likely to succeed. Don't you think?
Well, thank you for saying that because that gives me that's a great perspective. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Yeah. Because I did not have I should have had analysis paralysis, but I didn't. I went all in. So true. Thank you.
And beats perfect. I don't know, perfection, like trying to make it perfect before you take action. And that's what you did. And yeah, like, could you have gotten there faster if you had done it before, if you knew then what you know now? I'm sure, but that's just not how life is, right?
No.
So tell me, like, these first almost 3 years in your practice, what's been the best part? What's been the most challenging?
Actually, I mean, well, when you met me, I was in the initial phases of like building it, like getting into it. Like I didn't get even to open like a year after. So on September this year is going to be 2 years, 2 full years that I'm in practice. Yeah, 2 full years. So I'm still in the like year and 3/4 of it. Honestly, a lot has been rewarding. As a matter of fact, I can say that 95% have been like I have grown a following. I have changed so many lives. I have brought back what real medicine should feel for parents. Like I get it all the time. Like when a parent gives me a hug and say, "Listen, thank you for listening to me," or "This is how real medicine should feel." Like success stories, like lives saved, little babies that because of my early intervention are gonna thrive, families that feel like they found a place where they can be heard and respected. And like, I think honestly, looking back, I feel very accomplished,
Mm.
even though the financial aspects of it might have not been ideal because all the new businesses, they don't grow in 2 years, of course. And I still feel that I grown so much since I started. So I feel accomplished because what my passion and what drives me and my why is the changes. It's not that I want to change the world, but these little worlds around me, I'm making a little impact, and that's all I wanted. And it's growing, and people are getting to know me and getting to appreciate my vision and supporting it. So I'm actually very grateful and very happy, and I feel blessed that I have accomplished in almost 2 years something that I didn't think possible. I mean, a lot of people say like private practice is dead, that you cannot do anything, that corporate medicine will take over. And I have been little by little proving the opposite.
Yeah.
People is loving it, and they love my model, and they come.
And your model, are you doing fee for service, insurance, or a mix?
Insurance based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about that, because I feel like a lot of people say, especially insurance-based private practice is dead. How has it been for you to figure that out? Because as the small fish in the big sea, I know it's got to be challenging for you to negotiate the rates that you're reimbursed. How has that been going?
Honestly, I'm being 100% transparent. It's a struggle because
Mm.
they don't pay you what you deserve, and it's a lot of work. And a lot of people keep telling me like, why you keep dealing with insurance? And like a lot of like medicine is going that way because insurance is making it very hard. I'm still giving it a shot. I'm still trying. I'm still talking. I'm still negotiating. I'm still doing all of it. It hasn't been easy. It's not easy because they don't pay you on time. The lag of the payments, the reimbursement that is very little. But to be honest with you, I'm able to serve a a wider population that I could if I didn't have insurance. So for the time being, I think I'm still gonna keep trying. It's not easy. It's being tough, especially because I'm a very small fish
Yeah.
in this big ocean. But these little fishes keep swimming and
Yeah. No, you
and
can
hoping.
I think the longer you've been around, the more patients you serve, the more negotiating power you have with the insurance.
I will have, yes.
But it still is like, for you as the solo practice owner, it's all this extra work on top of the work of being a doctor, right? So it's going to take a
Yeah,
lot of you. Well, I really admire you
it
for
is.
continuing to do that. So you know my husband, you met David. We were like a throuple in
Yes, of course.
for. So he also, like you, has a passion for serving people through insurance. And he cares for older adults who have their Medicare. But what he has offered, which I don't know if you're doing anything similar, is kind of in addition to that, aside from what people can get with Medicare, which is, as you know, is like a quick visit with their doctor, right? He offers the opportunity to work with him in an educational kind of coaching program. And so that's been something that's allowed him to deliver more customized education and value to his patients beyond what he can do in his day-to-day clinic setting. Is that something that you've started to do at all at Allegra? I don't know if you have for pediatrics. How would you do that? I don't know, but there's things you could do
Mm,
to partnering.
There's things I
Stuff.
could do, but technically, I'm a concierge doctor, insurance based.
Yeah.
Like, I do take my time with like, I don't let anybody rush me. When I'm with a patient, that's all exists. And I book my appointments whereby I get to have the time with my patients.
Mm.
It's just like, it's not like, I understand financially is not the most lucrative way to do it, but I still get to enjoy long visits. I get to do that. As a pediatrician, I could do something similar to David. I still haven't gotten to it because, as you say, I have a lot in my plate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a happy a lot because I'm growing this practice. I'm a mom of two. I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and it's a process, being a mom, being a wife, being the CEO of a practice. Luckily, like, I've been able to juggle efficiently all of them. But that's a great idea, actually. Something to think about it. for now, I don't feel rushed and I can do my visits and I still can serve the insurance base, but that's something that definitely for the near future, I should highly consider add-ons, like to do more like better service and more educational standpoint.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, is there a gap? I mean, obviously you're doing what I used to tell David, like you're giving people the first class experience who paid for coach, right? Like that's what you're doing
Yeah,
in practice too. And that's a beautiful
I'm doing exactly that.
happy and it feels good. I get it. I totally get it. It's very admirable. It's beautiful what you're doing. But sometimes there's still even there like a gap between what the best first class experience is that you can give people in coach and what they might
True.
interested in paying for if they have the means. So yeah, it's something to consider. How about your practice right now? Is it just you? Like who are your other staff? How are you?
Actually, no, I have a pediatrician that works with me.
Awesome. Look at you.
Yes, I actually, yeah, look at me. She is actually fabulous.
Nice.
She was my student in New York
Awesome.
and she moved to Florida recently. So she joined me in my practice. Of course, I still don't have the volume to have her full time yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we're growing and she comes. I don't work Fridays anymore because that's my CEO day.
Yep.
She covers for me on Fridays. She covers my vacations and we're both here together on Mondays. She
Beautiful.
is brilliant.
Nice.
She's brilliant. She's my children's pediatrician. I trust her because she believes in my vision. She's just like me in the sense that she really loves what she does. And like when she moved to Florida, she didn't want to work for corporate.
Mm-hmm.
So she understands where I am coming from. So I'm very blessed to have her. So it's me and her. I have two in-person staff
Mm-hmm.
and I have a VA.
Nice.
So it technically Allegra is growing.
It's totally growing. I love that. So this is beautiful. And do you have room physically to grow even more in terms of your exam rooms and
I
things?
do. I might outgrow it soon. So
Like
everybody stay tuned for Allegra expansion.
I have no
I keep
doubt
dreaming.
have multiple locations in no time. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you, Jennifer. So talk about like you've had this adorable vision for Allegra since the beginning in terms of you call yourself Dr. Boo Boo Fixer. You speak Spanish
Yes.
and English, so you serve your Florida customers
Yes.
very native,
Actually,
a doctor they can relate to.
Actually, I do have a very big Brazilian community as well because I speak
Oh,
Portuguese.
God. How many like
So,
speak?
well, it's Spanish, English, Portuguese, Italian, and I dabble here and there in little Catalan, and I understand like some conversational Creole, but I don't put that one on my resume.
Remy.
But yeah, like I can fluently and natively communicate in Spanish, English, and Portuguese. Well, with an accent in all of them, but that's what's an accent. So but yes, I have a very growing community because I have Spanish, Portuguese, and English speakers that are here following me, and I feel blessed that I'm able to serve them in that capacity.
That's so
So
important,
that's fun.
especially for people who may not be fluent yet, having come to the US, like
Hmm.
a doctor who speaks your language
Yep.
care for your kids is like critical, so critical. I can't imagine trying to communicate in a foreign language that I wasn't comfortable with a physician about my child. Like that would be so stressful. So what?
And even if you're fluent, sometimes when you're native in a language, there's certain things that are easier to say. Like your emotions, like usually come in your mother tongue. So, like for me, naturally, all my feels come in Spanish,
All my feels.
so that it's easier
That's the quote of this episode. All my feels come in Spanish.
in Spanish. So, Dr. Boo Boo Fixer, the brand, the persona, it's like that came to be very it was funny because a child asked me, so what do you do? Like this was like a 4-year-old. I said, so what do you do for a living with those words? And I'm like, well, I fix boo-boos for a living. I'm a boo-boo fixer. So that name's like stuck. And then I'm in the process of trademarking it even. And everything, like all the stuff that I do, it's with my Dr. Boo-boo Fixer persona or brand. And it's actually, I do relate to that because that's what I do. I fix boo-boos. So,
I
and it
love it.
makes me happy.
I love it. And I love your energy and your joy. And you're so authentically you, Jennifer, and everything you do. It's really beautiful to see you growing.
Aw, thank you.
Successful, I have no doubts. But I think it's really inspirational for people to hear your story because I think there's many people who may be in W-2 positions who have some internal conflict about the idea of becoming a direct pay physician. Some people just
Yeah.
really don't like that, and that's okay. So if they really do want to work within the confines of insurance-based care, I think it's beautiful to hear that it is possible. If it's possible for a pediatrician, it's possible for anyone in medicine, right? Because all
Yes, because we are the least pay across the board.
so it takes a creative and persistent person to figure it out, but it's
Yeah,
possible. It's not impossible. It might be hard, but
it's not. It's tough. It takes a toll because let me tell you, and you are my friend, and you've been there for me in the moments where I have self-doubt. And you know that it hasn't been always easy. That there are times that I want to just quit and say bye. I can't do this anymore. Luckily, I do have a good support system. Luckily, I have a husband that is a rock that has emotionally and financially support this venture. And I have friends like you and my other friends that say, you know what, you can do this. We believe in you. You keep rocking and keep doing it. But it hasn't been easy. But impossible is not. If a pediatrician can do it, anybody can.
Mhm.
Because honestly, we're the happiest, I think,
I think so
but
too.
we are the least paid across the board in medicine. And that's, I think, is universal. It's universal across the specialists, across the primary care. I think we are the least paid. And I know it's frightening because if you're in the comfort of a employed position and you have a W-2 and you're highly compensated, because I came from being a very, very highly paid pediatrician to be an unpaid entrepreneur. Like till the day I haven't gotten a salary yet. Soon
Mhm.
it's coming, but I haven't. And what happened is that the day I get my first salary, it's going to be the first of many that I'm building for myself.
Yeah.
And yes, it's terrifying. And I do have like days that I just do the math and the math is not mathing and I keep swimming in this big sea. But it's doable. It's something doable. And it's if a lot more people, a lot of more doctors jump into doing it, corporations won't have that much chances of buying us out
Yeah.
because we are buying ourselves out. So
Right. Yeah, you're not alone. I have actually a friend from residency to a couple who they went as psychiatrists. And here in Los Angeles, especially, it's very easy to just hang your own shingle and say, this is my fee and I don't take insurance. So I
yeah,
really admire them for deciding that they were going to have a private practice that accepted insurance. And they paneled with different insurance providers and they negotiate their rates probably more than once a year to get better deals. And they've grown. And as they've grown, they push to get higher rates and they're thriving. They're doing really well. So it's definitely possible, but it is a new skill set you have to learn.
it
Um,
is. It
and
is. It's tough.
I mean, as you know, there's laws that are supposed to prevent us from talking about what our rates are with each other and all this. It's just really, I get so mad about it.
It's just so much red tape. It's so much red tape.
That's not the word I would use.
Like,
The word I can use is appropriate for the podcast. Yes, it just makes me so angry because it's like, are you kidding me? Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, if there,
they actually don't allow you to discuss that. Like,
yeah,
and the sad part is like for me, like I will say one thing that I would love to see more physicians growing. And if any doctor wants to talk and want advice, like I would be more than happy to share my experience because this is what I want to see. We should empower ourselves and take medicine back.
yes,
Because honestly, this is what we train for.
yeah,
Maybe if we learn a little bit more business in medical school, would be great. So I would just say, please make sure that you do some business classes in medical school. That would be great for any business school program director or medical school program director get together and teach doctors how to do business. But honestly, we should be empowering each other to do it
mhm.
because it's so tough. And if you're doing it alone, it's isolating.
Yeah, but I think that that is their goal, right? I mean, that's why they lobbied to make it illegal for us to talk about what our reimbursement rates
Yeah,
are. They don't want us to be grouping
they
together.
don't want us to. Hmm.
To me, I don't see how that's legal. Like, I feel like there should be a big lawsuit about
Yeah,
it. There should be
it
like
should be something, but
class action lawsuit from physicians against insurance companies about.
something, I don't know. But honestly, it's just like, and the problem is like the more they press and the more they're unfair to us, the more people leave the insurance model.
That's just,
And like a lot of people have to. Because if you see what we get paid with certain claims, it's just ridiculous. It's just like,
it's totally crazy. And don't get me started. I could talk for an hour soapbox about this, but it makes me so mad because like I would know when my husband was working at the university, he was faculty member and he knew what his reimbursement rates were for certain codes. And then they started this,
hmm
they were putting psychiatrists, generally new graduates, into primary care clinics as like a integrated care model, which is very great. I like the integrated care model, both
yeah,
and in medicine. It's important. But what they were paying those new graduates per hour was absurd compared to what I knew they were getting per visit in reimbursements
per
and
visit.
exploitation. But they could get away with it because it was aligned with what that person would have gotten if they went out on
Yes.
their own to get paid by
Yep.
insurance, right? So it's all this like crazy game that ends up happening. But I love that you're taking matters into your own hands.
Yeah.
You have so much fight in
I,
you, and I love that your husband
yeah.
too. Um,
I
yeah,
used to get mad. I used to get mad. Now I just take action. I just, I used to get upset and I think it was unfair and I still do, but I was not going to change anything by just being upset.
yeah.
I think right now the only thing I can do is keep fighting the good fight and see if I can make it sustainable and I'll be the beginner, the trailblazer for little practice to become the norm. So who knows?
I love it.
I'm happy doing it. So I
I'm,
am very happy.
I'm sure your patients are way happy. Um, how have you grown? Like, because I met you, I didn't realize it took until September. I forgot that whole year
Yeah.
did really drag out.
A
Like,
whole year. It was crazy because I make so many wrong decisions with the construction and all of the stuff. It was insane.
and now, like month over month, how have you grown and what's been the most effective way for you to get new patients? Because I know you hung your
Uh,
shingle and hoped they would come and they didn't come because
oh, they didn't. They did not come. I thought, oh, I'm a great doctor and they're going to come. Well, they did not. I have to be out there. I have to be in the community. I have to go to schools. I have to meet the local communities, the mom groups. I have to get out of my shell and like be on Instagram. I have to go to events. I have to do so many marketing things that I never learned in medical school so people could know me because once they come and see me, they will love coming here. But then if they don't know who I am, they won't come. So I have to market myself. I have to show them that I wanted to serve them and I want to be there for them. And they're coming. Like I started with 0 patients. And I think by now I have 1,000 and change.
wow,
So
that's awesome.
like it's good. It's good. Like I'm growing. And of course people move in, people move out, they change insurance. But I always have like new patients every day. Even now that it's the summer, that for pediatricians is called the summer slump because all the babies are on vacation.
Yeah,
And then I've been like I've been maintaining my rhythm.
awesome.
And like for example, today I have like 3 newborns and that was so cute.
Oh,
I love it.
love it. I'm so happy
So
you're successful. And I know it's only going to grow because the hardest work is at the beginning to get people in
yeah.
your community to know you exist. But now you have over 1,000 people who are going to be singing your praises. And that is your best referral base right there. So
And I hope they become raving fans and they see the love and the passion that I'm putting towards their care and they do that. And then maybe other doctors that right now are hesitating into jumping and going on their own, they listen to your podcast and they will say, you know what? Who knows? Maybe.
yeah. Well, okay. What
So
about Jennifer? I mean, I know that you and your husband have a wonderful marriage. I know that he's also a physician and financially he was able to support you in this venture. You mentioned now it's been
yeah.
almost like 2 years. You haven't been able to pay yourself a salary yet. So for someone who's,
Let's say 3.
yeah.
Let's say 3 because I didn't have a job before. Yeah.
So if someone's like, well, must be nice for her, but like that wouldn't work for me. Like, what if someone is the sole provider for their family? Like, could you imagine
In
this while I know other people have kept like a locums job or a 1099
yes,
or something like that while they
I
build,
would have done that.
but yeah,
I would have done that.
Are
Because
they?
I have friends right now that are like in the same venture as me, and they had to keep a locum job. And
Yeah.
they have to open their own practice 2 days a week while they do some hospitalist job on the side, or they have to, or they have a non-compete and they have to go to another. Like, you make the way. I was blessed, and this is something that I am not going to take for granted ever. My husband made it happen, made it possible. He financially, single handedly took care of us as a family so I could do this venture. Until the day he has to pay for a lot of stuff because I don't have a salary. We came from a dual physician household income to a one income and a lot of expenses.
Mhm.
And I was blessed. But I think even if I didn't have him, I would have to hustle more. I
Yeah.
would have to take a local job, or I have to do nursery on the side and do something. But I think if it's your dream, I think it's worth fighting for.
And it's possible.
And it's possible because I know people that are actually doing it.
Yeah. I recorded a podcast earlier today with an OBGYN, and she was saying, like, once she started looking, like, every day she's getting people messaging her about locums work and 1099 work and all this. And I know you're getting coached by Dr. Una at the EntreMD Business School.
Yeah.
Her podcast,
Yes.
I just listened to how she was talking about how she started out, and she was also doing 1099 work, working at an urgent care, picking up shifts, them, whatever. So you make it happen. Now, the path from 0 to 1,000 patients might be a bit of a longer path for someone who's only doing it 2 days a week versus all.
Yes.
But the end result is the same. So
the end result is the same because you make your dream, you build your panel. It might take a little longer. Did I wish I had a salary all these years? Yes, I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
And I went all in and I don't regret it because I'm here in the office. Even when I have one patient scheduled, that was my one patient and I gave it my all. And in that I was like, I go to a preschool and I do a little, let's do like sing songs with the kids. And little by little, this is going to be part of like a beautiful memory, how I started and how it's growing. And it's still, now that I'm talking to you about it, it seems like long ago, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just a year and a half ago where I had one patient in my schedule and now I have another doctor joining me. So it's actually a dream come true, honestly.
I love seeing you here at this point. I think we might have talked once in between now, but the time I'm remembering our last like FaceTime conversation, you were nearly in tears because you were like,
I was in tears.
Work, and you were really doubting everything. And it was that situation of like, I had 3 patients all week. Like, how am I going to make a living? This isn't going to work. So I love that you've come so far. It's really a testament to your perseverance and your vision and just your beautiful heart, because I think.
Thank you. You're so kind.
You know how that saying, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything? That's totally true for you, Jennifer. Whether you had one patient, you're drowning in debt, or you have 1,000 patients and you're growing like.
And it's still drowning in debt.
Well, but you won't be forever. And like,
no,
the way you do it is beautiful. And I think that's admirable and something that people should take away from this is like, if you bring your best self, I think success is certain.
Yes. And the reason why I'm being transparent with the beautiful things and also the not so beautiful things, because I wouldn't want to mislead anybody into thinking, oh, it's always rainbows and butterflies. But those little moments are worth it. And even though I have that, they're getting paid. Right now, I'm not as I was when I started. I might not have a salary, but now I don't have to ask my husband for money every month. So it's just something like my practice is self-sustaining at the moment. And soon enough, who knows if I can start paying debt and then paying my salary. So it's totally doable. And the best thing is like I'm happy.
Yeah.
So that's something that is absolutely worth having and celebrating.
That's pretty priceless. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's priceless.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. So if folks wanted to talk to you about your experience, where would they reach out to you?
Well, first my practice, I'll show you my practice is in South Florida in Coconut Creek, Coral Springs area. It's Allegra Family Pediatrics, and my website is allegrafamilypediatrics.com. All the information is there. I can give emails and they can call me directly, and our phone number is like, I think the easiest way would be either in my Instagram or my website. All my numbers and everything is listed in there. So
Awesome. So allegrafamilypediatrics.com.
Pediatrics.
You
Yeah.
listening?
And at Allegra Family Pediatrics in Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jennyfer Uzor, for meeting us today and for sharing your journey with Allegra. I wish you all the best, and I hope to have you on again in another year so we can see how much more you've grown.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure having these conversations with you. And yes, definitely in a year to talk about expansion and
We'll see.
having a salary.
Ah, awesome. All right. Talk soon. Bye.
Thank you so much. Talk soon.